Semitic storm deity. The serpent from the Garden of Eden is not identified with Satan until perhaps the Odes of Solomon, but more clearly the early Christian writing of the 2nd and 3rd century CE.
Why does he not want the devil to exist so badly?
Wow, you got him. Dang. You know, maybe somebody should just give you a PhD, huh? Like just, you know, just an honorary one, or just, you know, a made up one. Either way, it doesn't matter.
He's trying really, really hard. And notice how he leaves the part out about Jesus in the wilderness when he is right with Satan.
Oh my good God. Did she not? I don't think she's listening, guys. I think she's, no, not listening. That's what that is, because he kind of made it very clear that that Satan didn't exist as Satan until the New. You know what? We're gonna get into it. So, it's gonna be kind of fun. So yeah, you just wait. It's gonna be a good one today. All right. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. All right, so we got this new lady who, well, she's going places. She's not ever gonna go any places. Actually, you know what? With the Trump regime and everything, she's going places. Never mind. And you know, the stupider the better, it seems lately, right? So yeah, she is. Wow, and she's trying to break apart Dan McClellan, who's awesome, by the way. And it's just the way that she criticizes him is just, it's not good. It's not, it just, you know, it makes, and then she's saying stuff all throughout that just kind of like shows that she's an idiot. You know what I mean? She's just like, oh, so many words. There's too many words with these PhD guys, these guys. That's probably how she said it at first. Why is he a like what? And it says PH. Oh, yeah, you don't pronounce it that way. It's, you just say the letter. Oh my God. Wow. So, all right, let's check it out. This lady is so funny. Oh my good God. What is happening to the world? It's because of all the defunding of the education system. That's what this is. It's a pretty great example of it right here.
Satan isn't mentioned anywhere in the Hebrew Bible. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan.
So this is Dan McClellan. He's a scholar on the Bible.
See, I don't know as if she knows what, like when people say the Hebrew Bible, I don't know as if she knows what that means. I think she thinks that the Hebrew Bible is just the whole Bible, you know, because she's like, well, the book of Hebrews, right? That's in the New Testament. So that's got to be, right? That's got to be just, you know, Hebrew Bible, the whole thing. What? I don't understand.
And he says Satan isn't mentioned anywhere in the Hebrew Bible. I think that Satan was made up by the churches to scare us. What do you think, Seven?
I think the same thing. I think that the churches made it up to scare us.
So what do you think about
Smart kiddo over here? Hope she keeps up with that critical thinking as she gets older now that the education system has totally tanked.
Satan? Is it a person?
No, because Satan is not real. Satan is a made-up thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And why do you think that they that people scare us and say, oh, Satan's going to do this if you're not a good person?
Why do they do that?
It's all fake. They're all lying and they're all trying to scare you. That's not okay what these people are doing, and the people that are doing this, please stop.
Okay, that wasn't the question. Okay, there was a why there, not a what. Kiddo, you know, work on your listening, okay? Because that was not the, what was it? What was that? What am I being rude? Okay, well, Kevin says I should give the kid a break.
Always be a good person and be kind, and don't lie to others to scare them. Try to make them happy and not worry about anything that's not true.
Okay, you know, I take back all my criticism there. You know what? She got there.
You know, if you're going to read the Bible, actually read what it says. And don't read it for no reason.
Don't just read it for no reason. Somebody's just like, I don't even know what am I even doing right now? I don't even just reading this. Like, I got no reasons for it. It's great.
Oh, you're saying like people misinterpret it and then they try to pass judgment on others and they don't do what it actually says in the Bible?
Yeah.
Mom's got to help her out. You know, she's like, did you mean what I think about this?
Yeah. And this boy that's talking about it, he's telling the truth. And I love that people like this are telling the truth. So thank you to you who is a person that we're duetting.
Dan.
Bye, guys. We love you.
Bye.
Okay, that kid's adorable. Oh, God, kids are so fun. Jeez Louise.
Actually, this guy is not telling the truth, not at all. Super deceptive. So that's wrong. And shame on these parents for teaching their kids this. That wasn't indoctrination or anything.
She needed a break for that. Okay.
That didn't sound scripted.
Wait, did she just say that's not indoctrination? She's like, that's our job.
So that's wrong. And shame on these parents for teaching their kids this. That wasn't indoctrination or anything. That didn't sound scripted.
You literally just cut to... Okay, you know what? You literally scripted yourself saying, that wasn't scripted. Like, shut the fuck up. Unbelievable. Ridiculous. Oh, she's just sitting
What's
there.
up? Welcome back, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Callie. Welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome back. And we are going to go over this biblical scholar and what he has to say that the
Not biblical scholar. Like, he's actually a scholar. He could prove it to you, you know, if you like. I think he can show you his credentials. He probably has it, you know, it framed on the wall somewhere or something like that. I hear people do that, right? Do you have any of those, Kevin? No. You didn't go to like a Muppets one? No. Okay. Well,
devil isn't real. And I don't really care how many PhDs this guy has or what degrees he has them in. It's super deceptive. And we are going to go.
What is it? Which is it, man? Are they just PhDs? Like they don't exist, or you're not, but now they do exist, but you don't care. Okay. Cool. I guess you could do both things.
Over this false teaching. And over on this corner of the internet, we're not here to make people happy. We're here to tell the truth, which a lot of people don't like hearing. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, buckle up because honestly, my brain was fried even just listening to him. You
don't want to lead that way, lady. Okay, you know, if you're trying to sound like you know more than the PhD that you're calling stupid and saying he's wrong, might not want to start with, oh my God, my brain is fried. Whoo, that was a lot. That short or TikTok video that was wow.
Is like 4 minutes of word salad.
Okay, 4 minutes. So see what I mean? Hold on, let me go back. 4 minutes of word salad. There was just what the heck.
And yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, buckle up because honestly, my brain was fried even just listening to him. It is like 4 minutes of word salad. Yeah, so I literally had to
like see you have trouble with words there. She's like word salad. Anyway,
write notes, and you're gonna tell me that 7-year-old little girl or however old she is understanding all of this stuff and interpreting it. And
I know she seems to be doing better than you at this point, and she didn't even have to get a fucking notepad.
Speaking out, agreeing with this man that he's accurate in what he's saying. Give me a break. It's so ridiculous. I literally had to keep pausing it to go through and just write some bullets here to keep up because
bullet points. It's a type of points. It's not. You're not right. Did you?
There's no way I would remember this. All right, let's get into it.
And not doing great here, lady, because I'd forget everything because I'm not, I don't know things. My brain doesn't really work very well.
Isn't mentioned anywhere in the Hebrew Bible. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. And the notion that there is some individual malevolent divine being named Satan is a development of the common era of the Christian period. In the Hebrew Bible, what we have is the Hebrew noun Satan, which just means adversary or accuser or something like that. and is just a role that anyone can step into in any circumstance or situation. And so we see a number of humans who are described as functioning as a Satan in the Hebrew Bible. We even see the angel of the Lord in the book of Numbers confronting Balaam as a Satan.
So just because
That's awesome. I did not know any of that, so that was really cool. But sorry, hold on. I keep interrupting her, but
as functioning as a Satan in the Hebrew Bible. We even see the angel of the Lord in the book of Numbers confronting Balaam as a Satan.
So just because somebody is acting like the definition of what the definition of Satan means doesn't mean that Satan doesn't exist.
So
wow, like she just, damn, this lady just coming in with the facts. Yeah, I guess it could be true, even though the evidence, like, that is pretty good evidence that he doesn't exist, though. If he developed the concept of his, like, him being the thing that we all know him as today developed over time, I feel like that's a pretty good piece of it. Could it possibly, be the case that maybe some magical being that's also named Satan does actually exist, and that was just kind of a quinky dink that he developed over time or whatever, and finally by the New Testament we got him as like this character, even though it just meant like the adversary back in the day? Well, that'd be one fuck of a coincidence now, wouldn't it?
in the Hebrew Bible, the majority of the usage there is as this generic noun that just means adversary, opponent, accuser, something like that. We get a new development in the first 2 chapters of the book of Job, where now we have Ha-Satan, the Satan,
Satan.
which is still not a name, but a title. And here it seems to be identifying a role, a function, an office within the divine council of the Israelite pantheon. And so when the B'nai Elohim, the children of God, the second tier of the Israelite pantheon, come before God at the beginning of Job, there is someone who is functioning as the Satan among them. And
We are actually taking Satan applicants right now. If you want to, you can apply. We'll set you up with an interview. Okay. We have a department for Satans. It's a role, and we hire people for that role.
that Satan is the one who argues that Job won't remain faithful if God takes his wealth away, and if Job gets really sick and all that.
Yeah. Moving along. He wants to move along from that real quick. Well, we have here that Satan challenges.
What's it? Yeah. I'm just gonna cut him off. Shit, there's enough out of you, Mr. PhD knowing stuff, hurting my brain over here. Good God, like now.
God, speaks with him, reasons with him, and acts with supernatural power. So that is not just some guy acting as a Satan adversary. That is an actual supernatural being.
That kind of stuff.
Hold on. Did she just say what? Like, so because it's a supernatural being, he didn't say that it wasn't a supernatural being, and that still doesn't help you. Like, if you would say that, like, oh, Satan doesn't exist because the Bible says he's not a supernatural being, then I guess she could have said he didn't say any of that. He said it's a role, and it's a particular role within the Christian pantheon, and it's the Satan or whatever. But yeah, who the hell is she arguing with? I don't know who she's responding to.
Supernatural power. So that is not just some guy acting as a Satan adversary. That is an actual supernatural being.
That kind of stuff.
No, dude. Yeah, no, yeah. She's again. I don't think she's listening, or she just doesn't know like how to break down an argument.
But we still don't have an individual named Satan. And in Greco-Roman period Judaism, we have this noun Satan begin to turn into a kind of class of divine being. And in some of the Enochic and other literature, we see references in the plural to a group of malevolent divine beings called the Satans.
Oh, so it's kind of like, remember when like Joker was like taken out, but then he still had his gang, remember? And there was like all these just Jokers just all over the place, but there wasn't like a guy. Another good example would be oh man, what's that guy? His face moved. Rorschach. Remember Rorschach? He was like an actual guy. But then like years went by, and then Rorschach wasn't there anymore. And then it was a gang, right? And they just wore his mask. Another great example of the exact same kind of like the same level of realness that I can apply to what what he's talking about.
It's not until the New Testament that we first see this developed idea of Satan as the name of an individual malevolent divine being. And it's not until after the New Testament that we then turn around and begin to identify other characters from the Hebrew Bible as Satan. So in the New Testament, you get this idea that Beelzebub, which is actually Beelzebul in the Greek, is Satan, but this is actually just Baal, the Northwest Semitic storm deity. The serpent from the Garden of Eden is not identified with Satan until perhaps the Odes of Solomon, but more clearly the early Christian writing of the 2nd and 3rd century CE.
Why does he not want the devil to exist so badly?
I love how she heard all that. He just doesn't want it to be real. That's what that is, really.
He's trying really, really hard. And notice how he leaves the part out about Jesus in the wilderness when he is right with Satan and Satan tempts him and he tells Satan to flee from him. He leaves that part out.
Because he was talking about the he literally said that he wasn't Satan until the New Testament, man. Like, you're not listening, okay? This is ridiculous.
But he really does not want to believe that there is an actual devil.
Because it's, there's no evidence that it's true and a lot of evidence that it's not true. So, yeah, I don't want to believe things that are obviously false either. So, that's probably why he doesn't want to believe it, because, all the evidence that it's not true.
I need about 2 more of these to even keep up with this guy. Do you see what these guys do? The Bible is simple. And if you have to go through a whole dissertation of why Satan doesn't exist, then I think there's an issue.
Revelation refers.
He's a scholar, man. Like, what? This is so weird. She's like, he talks way too much. The Bible is like super simple. Like, everything just is what it is, and that's what it is, according to my interpretation of my doctrine. So it's all super simple. Like, he's making it too complicated.
To that ancient serpent in one part, and this is not the serpent in the Garden of Eden. This is the Leviathan, the ancient serpent. Now, Lucifer in Isaiah 14 is also not Satan. This is a sarcastic reference to the king of Babylon as a divine being identified with the planet Venus, which is Halel ben Shachar in the Hebrew. We get Heosphoros in the Greek, which gets translated into the Latin Vulgate as Lucifer. But this is...
Oh my God. We all need all the words, okay? Do we speak those languages? No. So shut up. Stupid scholar.
There's another figure that is not identified as Satan until after the New Testament. And in Luke 10, where it has Jesus saying, I saw Satan falling like lightning to the earth, this makes more sense as a reference to the Enochic tradition of the head malevolent divine being and their angels falling to earth to mate with human women, to produce the giants, to produce the Nephilim, to introduce evil into the world. So there's this whole narrative based on Genesis 6 that is developing in the Greco-Roman period about the fall of the head malevolent divine being and the fall of the angels. And so Luke 10 is almost certainly referring to that. We don't have a clear identification.
All right, guys, let's keep it simple here because I can't keep up.
Oh my God, you're not making any of us think that you're any more correct than the scholar. Just fast forward. Can we just fast forward? It's just too many words. The Bible is simple. Good guy God, bad guy devil. We're done here. Like, what is the why? Too many words.
We have Matthew and Luke. Satan tempted Jesus, like I mentioned before. Luke 22:3. Satan entered Judas.
Oh man.
John 8:44. Jesus calls Satan the father of lies.
Oh, yeah, all New Testament.
That's this guy's father.
Oh, that was good. That was good, man. Wow. Below the belt lady. Okay. Let's not be too rough on the guy. Okay. He went to a lot of schooling to know all that stuff. You fast forwarded there.
He describes him as a real being, not a metaphor.
Metaphors can be gendered. Okay, I don't know as if she knows how words work now.
Not just a concept. Luke 22:31.
Again, New Testament, not listening at all. Or I literally think she does not know that the Hebrew Bible is the Old Testament. I think that's what it is. I think that's the breakdown here.
Satan asks to sift Peter.
And that's and if you want somebody to sift your Peter, just go to. Oh shit, we don't do that anymore. You know what? Just go to. Hold on. I got something just as good. Ember's thing. Get Ember's epic one. It's not as because it's not really sexual, but you could still like sift somebody's Peter with it. Probably. I don't know. Water filter. It looks like it's the right shape, right? Like it could fit. You could fit it in. I mean, you'd have to take it apart. It looks like maybe, but you could use it for that. Go to epicwaterfilter.com and use code Ember15 and get your. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be good. But wet doesn't. You know what? I'm gonna work on it. Now that one, I think I could do a little bit. That one works a little bit better for what we're talking about here. But yeah, epicwaterfilters.com, Ember15 code Ember15. Buy the stuff. That just go do it.
Job 1-2. He references Satan as the accuser.
Yeah, just like he fucking said like 2 seconds ago. He just went through. I know you fast forwarded it all, lady, but that was what he was talking about.
Revelations 20, it says Satan is cast into the lake of fire.
And she dropped it. Do a second take, man. Like, what is going on here? This is like, if you were doing this live, I'd be like, okay, this is still bad. You need to work on your performance, lady. But this is all pre-recorded. She could have just gone back and done this stuff. She's dropping stuff, spilling her monster everywhere, probably. The straw's too fucking loud. There's just so many problems. All the way through. Plus, she's stupid. Wow. Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, she doesn't understand the New Testament, Old Testament thing because she only mentioned one time that it was the Old Testament, and that was exactly what he said. The adversary. Holy Lord. God damn, this lady's dumb. All right. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? Who won today? Let me see. Let's see what's going on. Ember won. Ember. Hey, Ember. How we doing? Avast, Eli lovers. Yeah. What's up? And then Pandora's Pinata said, got a pirate theme going on, it seems here. Oh, yeah, because of there's a little pirate flag. I didn't even notice that there. Okay, cool. Yeah. And Ember said, Kevin is going to walk the plank for this. I don't see. They're not happy about you holding me up. People notice when you're a couple minutes late. Okay. Make it as you're ruining the whole show. Those couple of minutes matter. All right. Then we got Drusilla. Hey, Drusilla. How we doing? Hey, yo. What's up? All right. Here we go. We'll go back into this lovely lady. She has a whole nother one of trying to debunk Dan McClellan. And I've never been happier in my life to see somebody this dumb go against Dan McClellan twice. I know it was very specific, so you can understand why. That's never happened before.
And simple as that. So I can't stand listening to this guy anymore. And all of these guys like this that try to make these really just confusing arguments of why Satan isn't real. And you know what? I bet my life that this guy has never been through shit. And he's never been face to face with evil and never lived in darkness, but I have. And I can tell you that Satan is real. And
what the fuck? What? It's like, this guy's never been through shit, man. That's how I know the devil's real, because I've been through stuff. I've looked evil in the face, okay? I've lived in darkness before. What the hell are you talking? Like, what does any of this mean? I feel like you need to like walk us through what you're talking about, because at that point it just sounds like you're alluding to something you don't want to let us know. Yeah, I mean, just that you just don't want to let us know about whatever it was. Like, did you go through? Were you like homeless or something for a time? Because I've been there. Never saw any devils though when I was homeless. Saw some people that looked like him, though, that's for sure. But that's just because they don't have access to like showers and stuff. And they, you can get these like the face oil builds up, okay, and it's not good. You literally turn the color of the devil and turn red. That's why it's good to take showers. That's why I take like 4 showers a day now because of that whole experience.
And you know what? We have a scripture just for him over on this channel for people that spread false doctrines like this. And it is Romans 1:22, claiming to be wise, they became fools. So that's what I have to say about all of that.
Good one. Yeah, well, there's a Bible verse that says that the people that think they're so smart are actually stupid. Yeah. Oh, man. Got him. Yeah, I nailed it.
But I just wanted to watch that with you guys. Honestly, I am like mentally burnt out just from listening to that.
Dude, you got to stop saying that. Okay. It really hurts your case every single time you said it. It was a 4-minute video. Like, if the stuff he was saying was not that complicated and you still managed to not get it like hard.
And it was pretty draining. I just want to say hello to all the new people here.
I'm exhausted. It's like, I need to take a nap. That 4-minute video made my brain have to do that. Yeah, taking a nap.
We are on the road to 3K. I feel like I just hit 1K, then 2K. Now we're on the road to 3K. I can't believe it. I appreciate all of you so much. And I hope that everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year. And I'm curious of what anybody's New Year's resolutions are. Leave it down below in the comments of anything that you want to achieve in 2020.
My mind is find more smaller creators that are more stupid in 2026. That's my goal, right? I want to find smaller, stupider content creators. The big ones, they get too many comments, I think, and they correct them too often, and so it's not even fun anymore. You know what I mean? Because they know what not to say, and you haven't figured that stuff out yet. So it's it's just kind of fun. All right, look at this. She's got another one on her page here of oh, way to go. Shit. Well, it should be in my history. Hold on. I didn't watch it at all, though. This one's literally going to be brand new. So here it is. Deceptive. So what is so wait. When was this? So this one is just, it had to be just recent, right? All right, here we go.
Scholar today. We're taking on Dan McClellan again, and he has like 28.5 PhDs and degrees and all that kind of stuff in biblical studies. But he says
PhDs are a degree. Oh my God.
That
this lady literally knows nothing about anything at all.
Demons don't exist in the Hebrew Bible, so we are going to unpack that today. But first, if you're new here, my name is Callie. Welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. And it's giving very David vibes around here, but make it YouTube. All right, let's get into it.
There's no such thing as
what? Let's get what?
But first, if you're new here, my name is Callie. Welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. And it's giving very David vibes around here, but make it YouTube. All right, let's get into it.
There's no such thing.
It's giving very David vibes. Is this like a TikTok trend or something that I'm unprivy to? Because I feel like the kiddos are always saying words that I don't even know. It took me forever to figure out what crashing out am I saying that right? Crashing out. Yeah, no, it took me forever to know what the hell that means. Doesn't have anything to do with NASCAR or anything,
Demon in the Hebrew Bible. That is a concept that was borrowed into Greco-Roman period Judaism from Greek philosophy and mythology. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. And if you see the word demon in your English translation of the Hebrew Bible, that's a mistranslation. There's no word in the Hebrew Bible for demon. And the two passages where you're most likely to see it are probably Deuteronomy 32:17 and Psalms 106:37.
I was going to ask.
So right out the gate, the way this is framed is extremely misleading to people.
Really?
I understand he's not saying, oh, demons didn't exist or don't exist. But
that too. No, yeah. Yes. On that one.
The way that these guys do this, it's very deceptive. They use all their academic jargon. And to the average person watching this,
what jargon? Like, what was What, the word translation of the Bible? Is that the jargon that got you all messed up?
They'll just watch it quick and be like, oh, so demons didn't exist back then. You know, it just leads people to think that, oh, it was a misinterpretation.
Yeah, okay, demons never existed. Still don't, by the way. I know this might be difficult for you. Yeah, but the concept of the demon was not in the Old Testament. When they translated it into English later. Lady, you're not gonna have to help you out. It didn't get translated into English until quite some time later. I don't know. Kevin, how long after did it take for them to? Kevin doesn't know. I don't even know why I'm asking. Amber, where's Amber? She would know. She knows everything. But yeah. So, but he's just saying that the concept of the demon was like applied to the Old Testament after the fact when it was interpreted or translated into English because of Christianity changing the concept in the Old Testament from it's likely, I think, Old Testament like pagan gods to demons, because Paul in the New Testament says that the other gods that the pagans believe in or whatever are actually demons.
Demons don't exist.
Paul was just racist. That's all it was.
And then later on, which we'll see, is that he basically waters down the fact that they're just outright evil and starts making a bunch of academic jargon excuses for that as well. So this is done by design, and you can see right through it if you really listen to the way they start.
What was done by design? The fact that he's right about because he knows about the stuff and you don't?
It was a misinterpretation. Demons don't exist. And then later,
he didn't even, okay, oh my good God, lady. He didn't say demons don't exist, although they don't. But that's not what he said. He's just explaining that it's a different, everything I just said.
On, which we'll see, is that he basically waters down the fact that they're just outright evil and starts making a bunch of academic jargon excuses for that as well. So this is done by design, and you can see right through it if you really listen to the way they word things, the way they frame things. It's very obvious.
What is that? That is jargony. That's our obvious. It's not. That's not. To most people, these are just words, just human words. That's all.
And you know who else knows scripture really well and twists it?
The devil.
The devil.
Oh my God.
Which have the.
I was kidding. It's like, remember that one part of the Bible where the devil is trying to tempt Jesus to make rock breads, and Jesus doesn't do it. And he quotes the Bible at Jesus. And then Jesus out Bible verses his ass like it's a rap off. What do they call those things? Rap battle. That's what,
The word shadim, which is the plural of the word shade, which does not mean demon. It's just a reference to a class of deity. And the texts are probably demeaning these deities as the deities of foreign peoples. They wouldn't be associated with the concept of malevolent spirits until the Greco-Roman period. In the Hebrew Bible, they're probably more closely related to the Aramaic word shadain, which we see, for instance, in the Balaam inscription, where it refers to a class of deity. And some scholars think that it is related to the title El Shaddai, and that title could refer to God as the God of this class of deity. Now,
classic sleight of hand here. Honestly,
what?
He's not outright saying that demons didn't exist, but when regular people watch this and they see all this fancy terminology and everything, they leave with the impression, oh, demons didn't exist before in the Old Testament.
It's like she's having a really hard time with this, it seems. He's not saying that they didn't. I mean, again, they don't exist. That's not what he's saying. He's just saying that it was like they were calling other people's gods like a lower tier God or whatever in the Old Testament, but they even used like a derogatory term in the Old Testament when they were describing those deities, because they're racist or whatever. Back then, they just it's propaganda, right? It's Dr. Kip Davis's book, God's Propaganda, because that's what it was back then. It was a lot of propaganda. So yeah, they're even describing the other gods in a way that's derogatory, but that was what was later translated to demon today, because like I said, what Paul says, he calls other pagan gods demons.
Bible clearly describes malevolent beings long before the Greek period. All right, guys, let's
see it. You got some examples of that? You want to demonstrate it? You want to like cite your Bible verses or what?
get the notebook. We have Genesis 6, the Watchers, the sons of God take human women. This is a direct reference to beings rebelling. That's demonology, even if the word demon isn't there. Also, we have here.
I definitely don't think that it is talking about that. The concept is fallen angels, as far as I understand. But like that verse is very unclear. I don't know, I'm not a scholar or anything. But as far as I understand, there's not even really a distinction that they don't know that those are the sons of Seth are also a possibility of like what that could be talking about. That Bible verse is very confusing. A lot of people don't know what it means. But yeah, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna take Dan McClelland's word, the PhD, over this lady who has to drink 2 monsters just to listen to a 4-minute video from the PhD, Dan McClelland. But yeah,
the goat demons and Leviticus.
Holy shit.
17:7.
There he is. What's up, man? Dr. Kip Davis is here. Just listening to your book all day. It's really good too. Really enjoyed it. But hey, Dr. Kip, what is going on with the Old Testament, right? When they're talking about the sons of God sleeping with the well, let me just play the clip again. Here.
That's demonology, even if the Genesis 6, the Watchers, the sons of God take human women. This is a direct reference to beings rebelling. That's demonology, even if the word demon isn't there. Also, we have here the goat demons and Leviticus 17:7.
The goat demon. Hold on, we'll get to that in a sec, lady. And the passage in question is actually abundantly clear. No, they are gods. Okay, the word is sons of gods. Okay, so they're like the lower tier gods, like he was just talking about for the like Balaam and shit like that, or not Balaam, but like Baal and shit, right? Okay, cool.
We also have.
So really, I thought there was like a discrepancy about like people saying that it was like the sons of Seth or something like that, or the descendants of Seth or some shit.
The evil spirit sent to torment Saul and Samuel.
Well, I want to make clear, I never bought that shit. Okay, just gonna say, boring. All right, no, it's the demons that had sex with women and then had giant rock monsters that helped Noah build the fucking ark. I mean, I feel like it's very clear that it's definitely that and not whatever descendants of Seth shit.
So just because maybe they didn't use the word demon, there's plenty of other words they use to describe it, sent to torment Saul and Samuel. So just because maybe they didn't use the word demon, there's plenty of other words they use to describe the exact same thing. It's still demons, it's still evil spirits, malevolent beings.
Now, you do have in Mesopotamian and Egyptian influence on the Hebrew Bible the notion of spirits that could be malevolent, but this is not related to the concept of demons that exist within later Greco-Roman period Judaism and the New Testament. That is a concept that borrows the idea of, for instance, the evil spirit that afflicted Saul. And this
and he even brought up what she was just talking about. So, okay, cool.
Concept of Shadim in the book of First Enoch and in later Enochic literature, where it is combined with the Greek idea of a daemon or a daemonion, or
those little animal things from the golden show with the material's really dark or something. I don't know.
Immaterial spirits that can influence and possess and take over executive control and things like that. But in the Greek tradition, they're not exclusively malevolent. They can be protective, they can be benevolent, they can inspire people, and they can also be malevolent. And
what's up, Big John? It's so funny. At first I thought you were Big John Steele. I'm like, shit. Gonna have to gonna have to talk to this Big John level. All right, we're good. We're good. Sorry. Never mind. Didn't mean to you know.
So it's really within Greco-Roman period Judaism.
Oh, no, did I say? Said her wig, is that what you said? Said I bet you $100 her wig smells really bad. I know. I can probably like basically see the stink lines just jumping off of it, you know, like a cartoon. Little green squigglies that just rise up.
In the work of the Enochic literature and the translation of the Septuagint that borrows the word daemonion, that we get the foundation of the modern concept of a demon, and then it gets further developed within the New Testament and within early Christianity. But we don't have the conceptual package as we understand it today and as we find it in the New Testament anywhere in the Hebrew Bible.
Is your guys' brain fried? Because I know mine is.
Yeah, no, we got that. Yeah, that's clear. That the last thing you said. No, what? It's not that difficult to follow. Jeez Louise. It's just saying that like the concepts of these things change over time. And it didn't come as a package. You didn't have the demons being the freaking fallen angels that followed Satan or whatever out of heaven for whatever reason. Like, yeah, this place sucks. Let's go. He was prideful. I like being prideful, actually. Let's get out of here. You guys want to go down to the moon? Yeah, those guys. So you didn't have that as a concept yet.
Honestly, what this all boils down to is one big vocab lesson and nothing more. He's not saying.
Yeah, I know. Dr. Kim said, Big John Steele, that guy's an idiot. Yeah, he is really. He's so dishonest. It's amazing. I watched a couple of his changed my mind, I guess, things. And wow, yeah, he's super dishonest. He like fully relies on just like out like con manning you, you know, just out confidence them by just acting okay. And then just asking irrelevant questions that he's hoping they don't know. Name the 3 laws of logic. Name the laws of logic in order. Well, okay. What is the subcategory of the philosophy that is in metaphysics that has happened to name it? See, stupid. See, told you atheists are dumb, dude. They don't know anything. Like, what the fuck? Why do you have to know all this meaningless information to fucking be like to a God existing?
That demons don't exist, but he's saying that the word didn't exist. What he is doing is he's minimizing.
Wow, that was it. That was her entire summary. Hold on, let's do that one. Saying that the word didn't exist. That's it. That's all he said, basically. Really, it was just that the word didn't exist
and nothing more. He's not saying that demons don't exist, but he's saying that the word didn't exist. What he is doing is he's minimizing them. He's turning them into just ancient deities, neutral spirits. They could be helpful. They could be protective. He's minimizing them because if he had to accept the fact that they were malevolent and destructive, evil beings, it would completely destroy his whole academic framework. And that's what this all boils down to.
What academic framework would that destroy, dude? Like, how would that change it? Like, my God, she's like, wow, none of that made any sense. He's just describing like how this stuff developed over time and how it was like changing with it. Like, she's like, if he accepted that malevolent beings actually did exist, then that would mess up his whole framework. Nope, that's not how that works at all. Like, that literally means nothing, what you just said.
So at the end of the day, what we got was just one big vocab lesson. And sometimes the enemy.
Not you, it seems. You're not taking heed. Okay. Thine with thine ears shall hear.
He likes to twist things very subtly. Sometimes it's not always just outright like, oh,
it's not twisting.
God doesn't exist. Sometimes it's very subtle. And this is a perfect example.
Hold on. Isn't Dan McClellan a fucking Christian? Like, isn't he a Christian? He's just not like a literalist. He's not like a biblical literalist. Am I wrong? Is he an atheist? I could have sworn he was like one of the few cool Christians that I watch their videos and stuff.
Well, to me, God is not a God of confusion. So
I don't trust spell check. Fuck that shit. That's just corporate shill nonsense that they're trying to get you to think stuff, with that spell check and shit. No, I decide how words are spelled.
When you hear all of this stuff and it leaves people wondering, like, well, did demons not exist before? Do they exist? And they can't even understand half of this. This is a perfect example of confusion. Scripture is plain.
Now you are a perfect example of confusion. Not that he was very not confused, actually. And he kind of broke things down in a way that was very understandable. What are you talking about? Holy shit.
Clear and simple. And the way God speaks to us is clear and simple and grounded.
Then why the hell are there 45,000 different denominations of Christianity? Sorry, Nitty. I'm still going to say it. You could got to provide me the alternative number and I'll start using your number. But until then, 45,000 different denominations of Christianity, dude. Clearly, it's not clear.
And so whatever you want to call it, it doesn't.
That was pretty good, right? Clearly, it was. Make sure to leave that in. Don't cut that. You're going to cut that, aren't you? God damn it.
Really matter. I mean, we could call them Bob. It doesn't matter. So I just want to thank everybody who's here and hello to all the new.
Oh my God, I literally thought like a car was about to crash outside or something. It's like I was like, whoa.
People, I'm so grateful for all of you. You guys are awesome. And my comment section literally looks like a 2 a.m. bar fight. It's pretty crazy, but it's kind of funny and entertaining as well. So yeah, just thank you to everyone.
Really? Let me see. Yeah, I want to see it. Hold on. Where's the bar from 12 Legs? Jeez. I get more than that. Quick note, he's not denying demons exist. Yeah, but you're the one that kept doing that. You're the one that kept saying that. He never said that once. He was just trying to explain exactly. He's just giving the linguistics of it and how it developed over time. But the concepts evolved as well. It's not just the words that describe them. It's the concepts change as well. You could see in his eye. You could see it in his eyes. He has that spirit to lead others astray. I could see it in his eyes. That's real. Dr. Gonzo. I could see it in his eyes. I don't trust him. We'll blast him out of the bed with the fire hose, man.
Everybody who's here, I appreciate each and every.
Sorry, I had the wrong button. Yeah, these guys do this on purpose to confuse people. Oh my God, these are the saddest people. Luke 4:33, spirit of an unclean devil. I'm serious. I don't think any of these people know what the Hebrew Bible is. I seriously think they think that's the whole Bible. My God. The greatest trick that never ever pulled was convincing the world he doesn't exist. Yeah, I got it. Wouldn't you like to think? Sounds like you want to believe that, don't you? Yeah, that's what that is. You just want to believe in a devil so that you can blame it for all of your problems and stuff. Anyway, oh good. Thank you. There's at least one good question or good comment here. Maybe if you actually listened to what Dan was saying instead of yawning through the playback, you would have understood that his argument is that what we mean when we say demon today is a concept that did not exist in the Jewish world at the time of the Old Testament. My God, it's like even they in the comments are like, but Luke though, yeah, New Testament, dipshit. That's not what the fuck. Wow, was written. So giving examples. So you giving examples from Old Testament passages is in a way arguing based on mistranslation. Try engaging with the actual argument. Dude, I don't know if she even knows what an actual argument is. It's like, oh, we heard what he said. He said there's no such thing as a demon. I don't think he said that. Oh, in the Hebrew Bible. Okay. Yeah, in the Hebrew Bible. because a demon is a concept that was borrowed into Greek, Roman Judaism. And she very accurately addressed the very thing, whether or not the Jews / Israelis, weird, okay, before they would have been Israelites back then. Never mind. You know what? Before the GR period had our idea of a demon, has Jack Sprat to do what? Oh, come on. Is that Christian for jack shit? Really? That's not a thing. Jack Sprat. Wow. God, y'all are dorky. Okay. It's got Jack Sprat to do with the... Oh my God. I would have probably gotten in trouble growing up saying that. Like, no. That sounds like you're almost saying something else. And we don't do that around here. And we don't say shut up either. Or stupid. We don't do it. Okay. Jesus. Concepts regarding demons doesn't change the fact that there absolutely, positively, most definitely were demons in the Hebrew Bible. There wasn't, though. Oh my God. Dr. Dan McClellan, POS. Wow, good one. Very Christian of you right there. I mean, that's you're swear. You get that you're swearing still, buddy, when you abbreviate it like that. And I'm even going to count the Sprat as swearsy as well, but is trying to play the anti-theist, new atheists semantics game on his listeners. And in this case, it's not working at all. Also, let's see you prove that the examples from the Old Testament that she gave have been mistranslated. The reality, of course, is that Dr. Dan, POS, you really like that one? So that is so good. High five to me. High five to me. Yeah, that was good. Has no argument, and neither do you. Y'all don't even understand what anything that was being said here. Holy shit. And he definitely has like evidence of this. He's an Old Testament scholar. You serious? See, this is the problem with these kids these days. No trust of academic institutions, you know? And I kind of feel like this current administration has something to do with that, you know? Just saying.
Every one of you, and I'll link a video right here. So if you have not seen it, you can go ahead and watch it. And I will see you all on the next one.
All right, here's this lady. I'm actually kind of having a ball with this one.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Welcome back. So
Any
we
other
are going to go
scholars?
over a video today of another former pastor turned
Like this jackass named Dr. Kip Davis. Ugh. I hear he's never written a book. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he doesn't write books. That's what I hear anyway. People say that on podcasts a lot. Yeah. Anyway. This idiot was saying
atheist, and listen to why she said she became an atheist. And I brought today, once again, the notebook to take some notes.
It's upside down. It's upside down.
Notes, not because we're trying to look smart, not because we're theologians, not because we're biblical scholars, but we are on the
Dr. Kill
side of truth and on the side of God, especially in an age where deception is at an all-time high. And if you're new here, my name is Callie. Welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So let's get into it.
Common questions.
And if you are new here, wait, you can hit that like. If you can finger that like button. Where is it? I don't even have it pulled up. I'm sorry. Wow, this is taking way too long. I am so sorry. This is just this kind of embarrassing. All right, so there we go. Tap that spank that like button. All right, enough of that. Although I'm going to make each one of those. You'll see. There's going to be a whole bunch of this overlay with different words. Anyway, all right. It's gonna be funny too. You'll see. I probably shouldn't announce the silly jokes I'm gonna do.
That I get asked is, how did you go from being a pastor to an atheist? That's a pretty big.
Oh, is that
180.
Ashley? Is that Ashley? I know her.
Yes, it is.
She's cool.
Indoctrination is a tricky bitch. Here are some of the things from the Bible that made me skeptical. Very first was the doctrine of hell. I go into more detail about this in a video here and on my YouTube, but I looked into the original words that hell was translated from: Sheol, Gehenna, Tartarus, and Hades, realizing that there was no reason to believe in a literal.
Oh, you take us in the shower with you, Dr. Kim? That is so cool, actually. You know, I'm going to think about you when I'm in the shower. I mean, I do already, but I got to stop talking.
Hell. Any literal translations of the Bible have zero mentions of hell. Jesus never mentions hell, and Paul never mentions hell. Within the Bible, there is never mention of a torturous hell.
Girl, who are you pastoring? And
She was pastor. She's not anymore. Wow. So you didn't even listen to that. So it wasn't just the scholarship that fucked up your brain. It's just human words, it seems like.
I'm scared for that congregation because honestly, saying that hell isn't mentioned in the Bible and that
She's not a pastor anymore. What the fuck? How did you miss that?
Jesus doesn't mention hell. Jesus uses the term Guyana, which is the Jewish term for the final judgment. In Hades and the other terms are the place of the dead, the realm of the dead.
Yeah. That's not hell. That's a different thing. That was borrowed from Greek mythology.
Our English word for the same concept is hell. And right in Matthew 10:28, we have fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. So I don't know who the heck she was pastoring.
Over 50,000 contradictions in.
Again, you know, she wasn't saying that that's there. But I don't know, as far as like the Jesus stuff goes, I'd never heard, honestly, somebody say that Jesus never mentioned hell. I thought Jesus was one of the few, being that he's like a doomsday preacher in a death cult and stuff. He did mention hell, as far as I know. But I don't know. I don't know what she's specifically referring to. If she's talking about like a translation type deal or what.
Errors within the Bible. It is left up to so much interpretation, which is why we have over 40,000 sects of Christianity alone.
45,000. Need to stop. Just let me have it.
How could this be the inerrant word of God? There's no reason to believe in the creation story.
She's got nothing for that. I like that. That's funny. She's just like, because like she didn't even stop. There's no way there's that many Christianities. Okay. Maybe she did. And it was like, okay, shit, there is. I Googled it. Turns out that car bitch was right about that.
We know that the earth is older than 6,000 years old. There is no evidence for a worldwide flood.
So, all right.
Wow. Just got rocketed through all the books. I mean, yeah, she was right about all that stuff. The only thing that I would take issue with is, like I said, the Jesus not mentioning hell thing. And then she said Paul didn't mention it either. I don't know. I thought that both of them did mention hell, but I would be open to being corrected if I'm misunderstanding something. But I'm almost positive that both Jesus and Paul mentions hell.
Different sects of Christianity and everything, that's irrelevant. The message is still the same. The history doesn't change. So people have maybe different translations or different perspectives and stuff, but the messaging is the same and the history doesn't change. And
but it's not the same. That's why there's so many. Oh my God. This lady struggles with just basic concepts of stuff. Hold on, let me hear this again.
That's irrelevant. The message is still the same.
There's no evidence.
You know some of the words though. That's irrelevant. That's a red herring. I'm waiting for her to just throw out. That's a red herring. It's just like completely not what a red herring is.
Evidence for a worldwide flood.
So, all right. The different sects of Christianity and everything, that's irrelevant. The message is still the same. The history doesn't change. So people have maybe different translations or different perspectives and stuff, but the messaging is the same and the history doesn't change.
Wait, yeah, no, she's really not understanding anything here. If the messaging is the same, then they wouldn't have like the different denominations. Like, obviously, that's not the way any of this works. The reason that people believe so differently that they got in arguments, and then left, and we're like, we're going to start our own fucking church. And then I'm going to go back and nail a sheet of paper on the front of their church door to say, here's all the stupid stuff that you're stupid about. And then all the other denominations are formed. That's because the messaging is so unclear and it requires so much goddamn interpretation.
And as far as the old verse, new earth, old earth, whatever, that's irrelevant.
God, this room is dumb.
It doesn't matter about Jesus being an atheist, any of that. And the flood doesn't change. And as far as the old verse, new earth, old earth, whatever, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter about Jesus being an atheist, any of that.
What? Jesus being an atheist? What the fuck are you talking about? Did that lady say that Jesus was an atheist? Yeah, and Jesus said he was an atheist too. You got to read First Mary, chapter 6. It's one of the Gnostics. Yeah, that's one.
And the flood.
Oh,
and as far as the old verse, new earth, old earth, whatever, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter about Jesus being an atheist, any of that.
Yeah, she literally said it doesn't matter Jesus being an atheist, any of that. Fucking what?
And the flood.
The flood?
Are you kidding me?
Are you fucking?
This one, I almost spit my coffee out because when she said that there's no evidence of a great flood happening, what are you talking about?
What?
Literally, almost every ancient civilization has recorded that there was a major flood on the earth. In fact,
No, there was. God damn it! Why do they use this so often? Like, are they really incapable of thinking about this much? She's like, no, but every culture has stories about floods. Yeah, because floods are ubiquitous, man. We kind of live on a giant rock that has all this fucking water all over it, and it goes up into the clouds and evaporates, and then it comes back down and rains a lot, and then it piles up. Yeah, everywhere. And that's why they're not talking about the same flood. Holy shit.
You get my notebook.
Oh, good. You got to get it.
We have here.
Oh, my God.
Babylon, Sumerian, Greek, Mayan, Native American, and more.
The Native American flood.
All recorded a major flood happening on the earth.
I know, and I'm in Florida, right? And I actually recorded a major flood myself. It's from a Hurricane Helene. We don't call the floods names, but like the hurricanes we do. And Helene gave us one of those floods. But that's the flood that I experienced isn't the one from the fucking Bible, genius.
With a flood story. So that's just ridiculous. When she said that, that was just like, what? Wow. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. Yeah, this is not. But the crazy thing, though, is like that is one of the most common talking points that you'll get from like young earth creation. It's like, wow, why did every culture have a flood myth? But like nobody ever seems to like explain to these people like there were Chinese dynasties going on in the middle of when they claimed the flood happened. So like, whoa, how does that work? And do they not realize that these are all different time periods? Like when they talk about floods and stuff and all those different civilizations and everything, those are all different time periods. They're not talking about the same flood.
There is no record of anybody living over 900 years old.
Yeah, there literally isn't.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is?
And girl, you were pastoring right out of the book. It's called the Bible. And it's all recorded right there for you.
That's not what you meant by record. You know what? I'm not even going to dignify that one with a fucking wow.
People don't just raise from the dead. Donkeys, snakes, and burning bushes just don't talk.
But I have a book. Well, actually, idiot, there is a book that recorded the historical facts of the talking donkey, and you need to go back to pastoring because, you've gotten stupider as an atheist, apparently.
Yeah, donkeys, burning bushes, raising from the dead. It's called miracles. And with God, all things are possible. That's the point. It's not something that happens in everyday life. They're miracles.
What? No, wait, what word? Here, hold on. I want to get to what Kip is saying here. Hold on. Bring up the old chat here. Okay. You said it's symbolic. Wait, what? Oh, the ages are symbolic. Oh, you're talking about like the 6,000-year-old, and that was is that what you're talking about? What she was just saying? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I thought they based the 6,000 thing off of like like all the names or something. Like it was the genealogy of Jesus or something. It goes all the way back to Adam or whatever. They're like, Adam, like, okay, I'm sorry to mention, and they were like adding it up based on the fact that they changed. Oh, you're saying the ages of the people are symbolic. Okay, that like with the 900 years old, like Methuselah and all that shit, and they would be all old. It was symbolic of what? What was it symbolizing? Their intelligence. It's their mental age. You know, it's like when you meet somebody and boy, are they wise beyond their years. Is that where that term came from? I think I'm understanding. You don't even have to respond. I'm just gonna decide that I already know that what.
We know where language came from, and it wasn't the Tower of Babel. The vast difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, aside from the blood sacrifices. The Old Testament's 613 laws and animal sacrifices in the temple for our sins, then all of that was just yeeted because Jesus died on a cross for our sins, and the temple split. The Holy Spirit came out from the Holy of Holies and went to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, ripped that carpet thing right in half. Okay, there used to be a really thick carpet. I feel like I've heard like so many different sermons describing that the curtain. That's what it is. Like it's this 9-inch thick purple curtain that they had up in the Holy of Holies, and they always talk about this like as if this makes their God like not sound like a psycho. They were like, and they would put a rope around the high priest's leg because if they did something wrong, God would beep and just take him out. Boom. Just because they're like, he only did it one time, or he didn't do the hand gesture emphatic enough. Dead. Just like he touched the Ark of the Covenant or something like that. Dead. That's right. And they made their faces probably melt and everything. But then they had to drag them out with the rope,
Imagine calling prophecy that's fulfilled yeeted. I don't know what kind of pastor this.
Wait, oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got here. So it's math. The patriarch ages are calculations for determining the time from creation to the flood within 10 generations. Huh. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. I am famously good at math. I'm not. I don't do the maths. Okay, there's just too many numbers. I like the ones where it's shapes. You know what I'm talking about? The shape math. You know what I'm talking about. It's geology, right? I guess they do something with rocks that are also shapes. So it's all related. That's how that goes.
This was, but literally the New Testament is a fulfillment of the Old Testament.
I'm gonna get some dude like, what an idiot! It's actually geometry. You fucking dumb atheist prick.
There is no evidence for Jesus, his divinity, or the resurrection. To me, the Old Testament and the New Testament seem like two completely different religions, and you have to work really hard to make it make sense. Then there are the Gospels. The Gospels don't match up perfectly about the basics of life and the ministry of Jesus. Scholars don't recognize any of the authors of the Gospels. The Gospels were written decades,
Look at his face. He's like, so stupid.
if not up to a century after the supposed event of Jesus' death. which means they could not have been eyewitness accounts. Mark, the original and first gospel that was written.
You're not going to chime in at all, lady? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing for any of that, because once these things start piling up, I think you're going to forget some of these, and you're not going to actually respond to them. It's almost like you're just waiting for an easy one to come in and be like, well, but all the cultures have the same blood, or whatever.
Has 3 authors, and we don't even know who they are.
Ashley, yeah, see, I told you it was Ashley. Apostate Ashley. I knew it. I knew I recognized her. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She would, well, you know what? It's like this. It's almost why I stopped like commenting on stuff. People can't hear my tone when I write stuff down. And yeah, a lot of times she was like, it's actually like this. I was like, oh, okay, she can't tell I was joking.
They are. Men produced this book on their own accord, from translations of translations of translations.
Yeah, translated. They didn't have printers back then, and they translated it from the earliest manuscripts.
What do you think printers do? I don't know as if she knows what printers do. I don't know. Does she think that printers translate? Is that what that's not? What kind of printer do you have? Because I feel like I need to get that one.
So, and to say that there's no evidence that Jesus existed.
She didn't. I don't think she said existed. She said that the resurrection happened, and that there were eyewitnesses, and that, see, I knew it. I knew you were going to wait too long, and then just only mention a couple of them, and then you're not even mentioning them correctly.
What? Literally, atheist biblical scholars all acknowledge that Jesus was a real person, lived, and died on the cross.
Bart Ehrman, an atheist, said that he did exist. Read the rest of the things Bart Ehrman says, man. It's not good. It's not good for you. Holy shit.
I mean, a 2-second Google search and you can find that out very easily. So I don't know where she got her schooling from or what kind of pastor she was, but it's kind of scary. And if you think that the old...
Do you get that she's not... This is another weird thing. She's not a pastor anymore. Like, does she think she's saying this stuff that she teaches in, what, atheist Sunday school? Like, today? Like, currently? She's saying she used to be a pastor, and then she, like, learned all this stuff, and that's why she's not a pastor anymore.
Testament and the New Testament are 2 different books, then you never understood them to begin with, because...
Yeah, Ashley's not a myth. I was going to say, because I'm like... I didn't want to say for sure because I wasn't absolutely sure about that. But yeah, no, she's not a fucking mythicist. She's like, and the sad thing is, how much do you want to bet? Nobody in the comments noticed that she got that wrong, that she didn't even say that. You know what I mean? I bet you money.
There's over 300 prophecies that Jesus fulfills in the New Testament from the Old Testament.
Oh my God, where's Justin?
And this is coming from the person who says she's an atheist that believes that everything came into existence from nothing.
Nobody says that. That's just something that you say, we say all the time, but nobody says that.
Make it make sense, right? Because
we don't say that. That's how you make it make sense.
That makes sense. So, at the end of the day.
That was it. So, okay, she's just moving on. So all that Ashley said, and she's got nothing. Jesus, like, well, she said Jesus doesn't exist, and there's no evidence in that. Nope, didn't even say that. But the funny thing is that, like, she was describing, like, if she would have just listened to Ashley for like 2 seconds, she said that, like, all of the Gospels, they were recorded like well after the fact. And it's funny because, like, some of the prophecies that they claim Jesus fulfilled happened before they were written. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it the temple? They like claim, he's like, oh, this will be knocked down. The temple will be knocked down or whatever. And we're like, how did he know that? And it's like, because this was written like 60 to 90 years after the event supposedly happened, which the event happened after that. So it happened before they wrote it, but after it supposedly happened. Okay, so that's how you do that. But not only that, it's like they could just write down stuff, man. Like, what the prophecies are supposed to be. If you're making up a story, just write it down. This is so simple. You know, you're like, wait, what are the prophecies that Jesus is supposed to oh, he's got to be like that. Okay, hold on. So then Jesus was like, what did you say? Yep. Okay, just like that. No, I got it. Yeah. No, okay, we're gonna write this down as the gospel. And Jesus did fulfill that prophecy now. That's for sure. Nailed it.
Like I said in the beginning, I'm no theologian. I'm no biblical scholar.
You're not anything, lady.
I'm not here with nuances and linguistics and all of this stuff. I am just a normal girl that God pulled out.
You know, normal girls
of deception.
Can understand. It's weird that she calls herself a girl too. You're not a woman? No? How old are you? Anyway, but she's like normal girls can understand nuances. Does she think that's something like difficult to understand? She don't know what nuances is?
And I can smell
nuances is or are? Kevin, how do we? All right, I'm not your dictionary. All right, you know, I don't even think they say stuff like that in dictionaries, idiot. You mean grammar book?
Out deception a mile away. I can see straight through it. And these people are deceiving hundreds of thousands of people. And
good job, Ashley. Ashley out here knocking it out of the park. Like, you know, deceiving hundreds of thousands of people.
Don't feel bad at all. Like I always say, you know, this video had like 1.5 million views.
What? Holy shit, really? It had 1 point. Good job, Ashley. Holy shit. Kudos for her. Wow. 1.5 million. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Blood Badger? How we doing, dude? Weirdo said, I feel like a lot of uber theists get all screechy if you like the character from Saved by the Bell, or just the way the voice sounds, or just the voice of the character from Saved by the Bell. Is that which one are you talking about? If people dare act like their supernatural claims are unlikely, and then proceed to act like skepticism about that stuff is the same as mythicism. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's just like, hey, I don't think he came back to life. He did too exist. What? Like, there's evidence that he existed. Yeah, it's not what are you talking about? Kip said, what? She's not a biblical scholar? No way.
Hundreds of thousands of likes, the comment sections of people thanking her for
hundreds of thousands of likes. Wow.
Breaking it down and enlightening them. I mean, you know, God told us that in the end times that people were going to be more confused than ever and following all of these false doctrines. And I can really see this manifesting.
Again, she is so confused. Like, I don't think she understood when we talk about, you know, God's, like, I guess that was the one thing that Revelation got like correct, but it's in reference to you people. What the hell? Hold on.
God told us that in the end times that people were going to be more confused than ever and following all of these false doctrines. And I can really see this manifesting.
I seriously think that she thinks that Apostate Ashley is currently a pastor of a church and is teaching from the pulpit of this church all the things that she just said, which are just all the stuff that she used to teach at church is not true. And here's why. It's not. I seriously think she's teaching a false doctrine. It's really crazy. She's taking. I don't even know why you would be a Christian if you believe that Jesus didn't exist. That is weird, right? Like, why? What kind of doctrine is this? Is this like? Is it like a Mormon 2.0 or something? This is a JW, isn't it? It is a JW. I knew.
If we look around, it's crazy because it's actually really hard just to find some grounded, solid, sound advice now on the internet. Everything is distorted, inverted, twisted, and it's really sad to see. So here we're just bringing.
I love it when it gets inverted.
The truth, with just basic facts, nothing crazy, but just basic facts.
Like what?
And calling out deception. So I just want to thank.
Wow, she is really bad at this. Like, she didn't mention 90% of the things mentioned. All of the stuff too that Ashley said, like, was shit that, like, I mean, she kind of just breezed through it, but like, it's still stuff that you can go look up and learn about. And she didn't address any of it. She could have, you know, a 2-second Google search. You could have learned about each one of those and you know, giving your but magic, no, like that's you know, that's what most Christian fundamental, like Ray Comfort would be. But of course, it's magic. God can do the magic stuff. Yeah, right. That's like, you know, that most fundies would do that shit, but she doesn't even bother. She just gets the claim wrong and debunks something she didn't even fucking say.
Everybody that's here and all of the new subscribers, and thank all of the people who have been here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I cannot believe how fast this channel is growing. And you guys.
All right, we already did the same as the real one. Hold on, I want to see what else she's got. I want to see what she's got in the queen, or she is the queen. The Queen of the Temple official. Oh, I gotta subscribe. Sorry. Boom. Got to get more from this lady. Yeah. Adding, I guess, to her. I feel like people like her, though, help us as atheists. You know what I mean? Like, so I think if we could help people like her get more popular, it'll make more atheists. You know what I mean? Why is she? She's debunking that guy. Watch me literally find her trying to debunk one of my videos. That'd be super funny. I don't do TikTok enough. I think that's why that's not. Look at that one. God is calling you. And then she points. She points. If this happens in your sleep, it's not just a dream. It's a demon. I guarantee it. Oh, I kind of want to watch that one. Okay, hold on. Your spirit guides hate you. I knew something was off about that penguin. I mean, why you got to be a penguin? All well dressed and everything, trying to make me feel like some kind of schlub when I'm in my bed. Why do astral beings need your consent? Well, because they're just good. They're just good beings. Okay, I think most beings, if they're good beings, understand the nuances of consent. Whoops, hold on. How demons trick you without you knowing. Oh my God. If you know about it, then it can't be a trick. Wow, dude, this lady does she have object permanence? Like, this is just so bad at this. It's incredible. It's like, hence the concept of trickery. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? I gotta hear it now.
Hello, guys. What's up? And
how do they not catch stuff like that? How are like none of? I'm so thankful, honestly, that I have friends that will show up and be like, "Hey, Brantley, if you're capable of tricking somebody, like the concept of trick means that that you wouldn't know that you're being tricked. Otherwise, it's not a trick. So it's redundant, you know." And I'd be like, "Oh my God, you're right. That is so stupid. Why did I say that?" Let me edit this. Hold on. Like, that's, I'm so thankful for that. She clearly doesn't have that, because everybody in their little realm just does the nod along. Yeah, she's right about all the stuff. If I say she's wrong about anything, the system breaks down, right? Because then we can each say that we're wrong about anything, and the whole concept of everything crashes. Then Jesus didn't exist, and it's a mess, and then demons weren't real in the Old Testament. It's just keeps going.
welcome back. We're going to take a look today at how evil disguises itself in both good and bad.
I don't think you connected your microphone.
And the first video is a psychic thinking that she is communicating with angels. And the second one, she is just flat out BFFs with her demon buddies and thinks that they are.
What's up, Robin? How we doing? It's good to see you.
Such a huge help to her and blessing her in life. But first, before we get into it, if you're new here, my name is Callie. Welcome. And let's get into this.
Time for me to tell you that as a psychic medium, the first time that I met an angel, it literally scared the living daylights out of me. So I was working.
That's pretty common, That's why angels are like, whoa, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's cool. Just trying to say that God's impregnating you, Miss 12-year-old lady. It's very inappropriate.
In a nighttime class with my one
God is an Epstein. He goes to Epstein Island.
Client, and
God's on the call log. There it is. Or the flight log.
Time for me to tell you that as a psychic medium, the first time that I met an angel, it literally scared the living daylights out of me. So I was working in a nighttime class with my one client, and
so this is the first red flag right here, a psychic medium.
Yeah. So if they get scared, then it can't be an angel.
I was doing the same thing. You can't call on angels when you're doing something that God is against and forbids. I can assure you, you are not going to be calling on real angels that just appear to you when you're practicing divination.
Hold on. She's like, all right, already red flag. If you're doing Bible crimes, those aren't angels. Okay, just saying. All right, I know about this. All right, I used to do it. Okay.
We were talking about protection, spiritual protections that she's got. And
Says her. Okay, she knows about this stuff. Okay, she was a demonologist or a witch.
And I was just sitting here in this dark room with like one candle in front of me. So, we got like the psychic mood set. We're like chit-chatting, intuition is vibing and so forth. When all of a sudden she goes, yeah, sometimes I call on Archangel Michael for protection. Right as she says Archangel
I call him Mikey. Hey, Arch Mikey, what's up, dude? What's up? How you doing?
Michael, I heard and felt the vibration of what felt like 10,000 moths together all in one space, just like go whooshing right over my head, like almost literally hitting me in the head. And it was so loud.
Moths. Okay, moths. Moths. I didn't hear it. Somebody said moths. I'm like, what, in your chat room? Your chat moths? What are you talking about? Like those gang of dudes that were like, back in the day, they were like ska people, like rude boys before rude boys were rude boys. You know what I'm talking about? They called them mods. Anyway.
It was almost like a helicopter, and I literally heard like thousands of wings beating at the same time. And it was such a powerful energy that I literally felt like I got hit by something, and I fell off my chair and I was shaking so hard.
Damn. Yeah.
So
yeah, angels don't do that. Okay. They do not knock people out of chairs. That is one thing they do not do. I know that for a fact, is being an ex-witch.
Angels don't listen to our commands. They follow God's commands. They're not going to, you're in a ritual, seance, whatever you're doing for protection. They don't answer on command like that to people. They answer to God. Well, I'll tell you.
What if you tell God, then God tells them, and it's just really quickly, what if it's all just kind of like you're like, hey, angels, and God hears you. It's like, hey, angels, she's talking to you guys right now, is what she's saying. And then they hear it. Then they do the thing right then. How do you know that's not happening?
Who does show up when
Demons.
summoning spirits. And it's not angels. They might
Well, kind of, they're the fallen kind. So
appear as angels, but it's not angels that answer the call through divination and practices that God forbids.
Demons.
Because the power of what I felt coming through literally made sense of why they say in the Bible, be not afraid.
It's funny because like listening to this lady that she is that she's debunking or whatever. Yeah, I hate them both. I don't know. Both of these people are idiots. Like it's actually kind of funny to see one idiot. Like it's an idiot slap fight is what it seems like.
I didn't know it at the time, but the way they say angels appear in the Bible and way people describe them as like biblically accurate angel is actually correct. They literally do have many wings. They have thousands of eyes, and they look like things that you have never imagined seeing ever.
Bree said, you just inspired me. Hold on, let me put that up. Bree said, you just inspired me to reach out to Ashley. To tell her I said, hey, I haven't seen her in a while. I used to interact with her quite a bit on Facebook. I was going to get her on the show at some point, but I guess I forgot when I stopped using Facebook as often anyway. But hell yeah. Yeah, tell her I said, hey. And congrats on the fucking 1.5 million views or whatever. That's pretty great.
On this planet. And when angels come through, that's why sometimes you can be literally terrified, not because you're scared, but because the sheer power and force of that entity is so strong that sometimes it just ignites all of your shadows and fears and everything all at once.
What? She's like, you're terrified, but not because you're scared. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that the word terrified meant like an extreme version of being scared. But then it sounds like she's like, no, it just activates your shadow work. Yeah. And so it's your inner child takes over as the crystal magic goes through their face, and it spills out their face. And then that just activates your fear meridians. And then that it gives you the sensation of the frequency. God, I could be one of those people so easy.
So I'd just like to remind you, if you're working with angels, don't be shocked if they come through that way. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be startled, but just let yourself know that when you're calling,
it is not okay to be scared. All right. You make sure that you never be scared ever.
On something good, it's going to create good things for you. Let the fear wear off. Let the
Xanax. That's it. I don't just say anything.
shock wear off, and then get right back to work with those angels.
You know who else appears as a beautiful angel?
Angel of light.
Satan.
Yeah, you're supposed to say angel of light. Dingus. And then we all have to drink, because that's the phrase we hear more than all the phrases combined.
Masquerades as a angel of light.
God damn it.
Bible-
All right, everybody drink. You know what? Fuck. I thought we got past it, but we didn't. Kevin, you got something? What do you got? Crown Royal? All right. Kevin's a Canadian. He drinks that Crown Royal shit. I'm just gonna do water, but I'm taking a break. Dr. Ben's show nearly killed me.
says. So it doesn't matter what the angel looks like, even if it looks biblically accurate, it matters the source and where it's coming from.
Wait, you talking about Ashley? Wait, Blood Badger, what were you saying? You talking about I looked at her YouTube page, and she only has one video that's over 1,000 what? Years old? What do you mean? Or 1,000 views? No, I don't think she has a YouTube. Doesn't she have a TikTok? Isn't she a TikToker person, right? Know what she does? Or maybe what's the other one? It's not Facebook, but the other one, Instagram. Doesn't she have like an Instagram or something? Probably, maybe. I don't know.
If an entity is persuading you to break God's laws, I'm going to say that it's not from heaven. And I can assure
I'm going to go out on a limb here. See, it's so clear. If something asks you to break God's laws, probably not an angel. Okay. Angels love it when you follow God's laws. They would never ask you to do that.
He is persuading you to break God's laws, I'm going to say that it's not from heaven. And I can assure you, if you're doing divination practices or anything like that, it's not an angel that you're working with.
No, it's a ghoul, goblin, ghost, sprite. Remember sprites? Remember the sprites? You know, they used to have, like, Sprite actually used to have a little green leprechaun type thing that it would put on the can back in the day. And then they just went with the lemon later for some reason. And everybody forgot what a Sprite even was. And now we just think it's the soda. It's crazy how things change.
I too thought I was working with angels, and it's not. Which leads us into our next video about...
I too used to think that I was in the same department with angels. Turns out it was a cult, and it was called WeWork, and it was just the whole crazy.
How persuasive they can be, even claiming to bring you blessings, be protectors, and like your BFFs. So let's take a look at this.
I love my companions. I love my companions so much.
There's something wrong with this lady. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. See, it's just, again, there's like the colliding of the stupids. It's just like their stupid knocks into her stupid, and they both think each other's wrong, but they're both wrong. But they're just both wrong in different ways that are both stupid.
The assistance that they give me, how they help me, it's just phenomenal. If I need something, if I want something, they will just manifest it for me. They will manifest money. They will manifest the objects that I desire. They manifested a computer for me, a beautiful Alienware computer. Just poof.
You gotta be fucking kidding. What? Just poof. Like, just literally, hey, why don't you show that? Let's get some footage. How about that? Let's see some footage. If you could do it so easily, just do a pot of gold. You know, just poof, a pot of gold for me. Manifest that shit, but do it on camera. You know, so that we can check it out. And don't even try with the AI. I'll be counting your fucking fingers the entire time. Okay.
Yeah, because your soul for eternity is worth manifesting objects and computers.
What? I was like, yeah, but you're this dude. What? Hold on. What? I don't feel like I understand what that was that she was trying to communicate.
Yeah, because your soul for eternity is worth manifesting objects and computers.
It is. It is actually. If you can get an Alienware computer, do you know how expensive those damn things are? They're crazy expensive. And well, souls aren't real. So I mean, you know, I feel like it's a good trade. The crazy thing is that she actually believes it. That she's not like bullshit. You did not just materialize a computer. She doesn't say that. She's like, no, I get it. Yeah, sure. Okay. The demons are just manifesting computers for this lady. And her response is, but is that worth your soul? Huh? You're gonna be tortured for all eternity. So is it worth it? I hope it was worth it. Better get a pot of gold before you go.
That sounds legit.
Manifested. It just came out of nowhere. I love them. I absolutely adore them. Walking with demon companions, walking with spirit companions is such a blessing. It is such a joy. They are so helpful. They are so incredible. And the abilities that they have are.
This lady's making fun of people, right? Like this is ironic, right? She's doing a bit. This is a bit, right? It's gotta be. Please tell me it's a bit. There's no way this is serious.
Absolutely phenomenal. I love my demon companions, and I could not imagine life without them.
My demon companions. Is that really what is that? That doesn't feel. That's an atheist making jokes, dude.
Don't care about your bank account or material things. They care about your soul and eternity. So they're going to give you stuff here, and you're also under their control. Satan, demons, they can give you things too. Think about when we see, you know, like these Hollywood or music industry award shows. They're always like, oh, I'd like to thank God. You think God's the one that put them there?
What? Like, no, it was demons, not God. Obvi. Okay. What are you even doing? Oh, stupid. What the hell are you talking about? Jesus Christ. And it's so weird. Again, she's not even questioning the truth of the claims at all. She's just like, yeah, no, I get it. They give her Ferraris and stuff, but you're gonna burn in hell, and it's not worth it. That's like, you know, demons. And she said they don't care about material things. Like that means anything? Like, what is okay? That's why they're just giving them away, dude. Otherwise, they'd keep the Alienware computer for themselves. So yeah, I get that they don't have any concern for it. They just care about her soul. But they also are controlling her or something.
I'm going to say no. So do we see the pattern here? One girl thinks that she is meeting angels while doing divination, which God is against. And the other one is openly celebrating demons because they bless her with material things and money. So same thing, just different disguises and different costumes.
I mean, if a magical being was giving me computers and shit for free, just poofing them into existence, I think I'd be, talking about how great they were too. Just like, but I don't think this lady's serious about any of this stuff, dude. You serious?
So I think that what we could take demons because they bless her with material things and money. So same thing, just different disguises and different costumes. So I think that what we could take away from
was she's gonna go into a monologue about the costumes. Stupid. I went on too long about the type of costumes that they wear. Just cut all of that.
From this is that discernment is very important. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's here.
And you can't tell that that the stuff she's saying is obvious bullshit. So I don't think you could really be lecturing anybody on that.
And everybody who's subscribed to this channel is growing so much. We are almost at 1K.
What's up, Theo? How we doing, dude? Hey, and Native Atheist, what's up, dude? How you doing? It's good to see you.
And I'm so excited. I'm appreciative of everybody that's here. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And I will see you all on the next. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So
there's ladies here too. Okay, so you can say hey to them.
Not every Christian is going to heaven. And the story we're going to watch today, she considered herself a Christian until she died suddenly and realized she wasn't going to heaven. And she didn't actually know Jesus. And, you know, this video isn't about atheists. It's not about people that don't believe. It's about people that say they're Christians and think they're going to heaven and they're not. But first, if you're new.
It's so funny because like this is the one where I love messing with Christians when they like show up in my comment section talking shit, you know, because you know this channel obviously is not for Christians. I'm not trying to even really convince Christians of anything. This is a preaching to the choir show where we just sort of have fun watching Christians, right? But I always bring that up, like, you know, you're the one that thinks that, you know, that you're a Christian and Jesus is going to say that he never knew you. That's going to be you, because they all like subconsciously are terrified of that happening. And so I like bringing it up just to mess with them and hope that at some point they'll realize that they just put that verse in there to keep you terrorized into trying to be the best Christian you can, which makes you that much more malleable to whoever has convinced you that they do the Christianity better than you. And you got to repent and follow the way they do it.
Here, my name is Callie. Welcome, and let's get into this story.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. That's what this is. I'm gonna die. I went from this fear to acceptance. And the next thing I know, I'm not in the same position. I look down and I'm like, why am I looking down? Because I just told you I was laying across the couch, but now I'm looking down. So my vantage point is different. And I see someone laying there, and it doesn't occur to me that that's actually me laying there. I'm looking down. I'm like, who is that girl? And she has brown hair like me. Who is that? But then I realized, wait a minute, I can.
My God, I don't understand how people watch that. Even as a Christian, I remember being like, bullshit, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't buy it, dude. Okay, with your little too many details. It doesn't feel real. It feels like you're lying. You know, when people lie and they start just making all these crazy details, I'm like, how are you paying attention to that specific of details when you were doing the thing that you were trying to convince me you were doing?
See around me, what is going on? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like this actually happened. I'm dead.
I'm dead. This almost feels like a troll too. Is this not real? Like, is this lady just being trolled over and over, thinking that she's like reacting to people legitimately claiming that they're Christians, but they're not? They're just atheists playing around. Theo said her spirit scammed her. Alienware PCs are always overpriced and incompatible with other hardware. Oh my God, thank you for telling me that. I was actually saving up for an Alienware. What would be the better? Like, what's an affordable option that would be a good for this? What I'm doing here, you know, so streaming, because I gotta update this stuff, but not out Alienware. Then I figured that like gaming computers would probably be the direction to go, but I don't know about this stuff.
There goes the panic again. I realize I must be at the ceiling level because I have a 360 vantage point. I can see everything around.
So I had eyes all over my head. As I guess when you die, you get extra eyes. They go everywhere. I can see 360. Like that Rancid song about getting blood clots.
Could you imagine like the sheer panic that you would be in once you realize that you just died suddenly? I didn't see it coming at all. You just suddenly died on your couch.
Oh, for a second, I thought she was actually being skeptical. No, she's just, I guess, adding to it. Wouldn't that suck? Like, you wouldn't even see it coming. 1 second, you're like there, and then the next, you're floating. That's right, because you're dead. You didn't even expect it.
around me. And not only could I see everything around me, but it's like there were things that I knew. Like things that I wouldn't normally just know. I knew that something felt wrong. And remember, I grew up in church, so
well, you're dead. Is this before or after you realized that you're dead?
I was a Christian, as you know, we know I was a lukewarm Christian. I claimed to walk the walk and talk the talk, but I did not. And somewhere deep inside of me, I knew it. I knew I didn't have a relationship.
What is that accent? Is that like a Tennessee type thing accent, or am I?
So I'm looking around like, oh my God,
what am I gonna do? Like what accent is that again? I feel like that is a Southern accent, but it's a specific kind of Southern accent, and I can't place it.
Gosh, I'm laying here. Something's off. Something is wrong here. There's something wrong. I just kept thinking that over and over. Something is wrong.
Yeah,
and
the you being dead thing. That doesn't count as something being wrong.
I felt like a presence, and it wasn't a good one, which is what I, of course, would have expected in my mind. Again, like I said, somewhere deep inside me, I knew I didn't have a relationship, but it's like,
what the fuck is with this music, dude? Like, she's got like horror movie music going on in the background. I'm kind of surprised there's not a clock sound. They love the clocks. What is it with the clock sounds that are so goddamn scary? Why do they got to be in every single thriller / horror / like you name it, the trailer? Click, click, click. Like, does that scare y'all? Do you get scared when you hear a clock? You're like, oh my God, somebody's gonna kill me. Like, what is that about, man?
I feel like in our everyday life, we just keep going, which is like I said, that's what I just would always do. I just kept going. I'm like, I'm probably good. When I start to feel this presence, I'm like, this is not just a bad presence. This is evil.
Evil, bad, Fred. Not just bad. What do you mean when you use the word bad? Like, Jesus Christ. What's up, Tons of Mice? How you doing, dude? And beam me up. What's up?
Like, there's
beam me up. Beam me up, Bob. Well, beam me up. But that sounds like something my uncle would say. Well, beam me up, Bob. I didn't even see it coming. All of a sudden, well, I'm in hell. That's right. I thought I was a Christian. And then turns out, lukewarm. That's right. I just add syllables to words like warm. That's right.
Something evil here. Why would there be something evil here with me? And
with me,
I come to the realization that these evil things are demonic. And I could at this point,
I logically deduced as I was, gandering around. Is that how you say that word? And I, logically, I deduced after, providing a hypothesis and then testing said hypothesis.
See that.
People think that you're just automatically at peace when you die, but in Hebrews it says that we die once and then judgment comes. So, it's never
never peaceful when you're being judged, I guess.
To people that aren't believers and aren't living right, that they're just gonna.
Wasn't your third wife the devil? It's like Tons of Mice. You should have met. Oh yeah, just like my third wife.
Die and just float off and just be at peace.
So it's like a progress. It doesn't all happen at once. And these things are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're all in the room. You could feel it. It's heavy. Their presence is so heavy. And I just feel this.
What the hell does that mean? Their presence is heavy. What the fuck? What am I supposed to glean from that? I never understand that. Like, oh man, I feel like I've gained 5 pounds since those presences are in here.
Sense of doom. I can't even explain the doom that I felt, that you had your chance. You blew it.
You fucking blew it.
You're going to hell.
You're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. It's like,
dude, I can't even explain the doom that I felt, that you had your chance. You blew it. You're going to hell. And when that set in, I'm going to hell.
Could you imagine?
Hold on, what the fuck? Nobody's talking to you or anything? Like, you just are supposed to figure it out? Like, you just get there and God's like, no, she'll get there. Now, we don't have to say, Peter, no, just hold it back. Just hold it back. No. Just let her figure it out. She's gonna get there. No, nobody talk to her at all. Just let her sit there and just, well, the beings, they'll make her feel heavier. She'll get it. She'll figure out that she's in hell any second now. There's no like God was like, yeah, you're going to hell or anything. Like none of that. You're just there.
Imagine what a sinking feeling that would be to be like, I blew it. I had the chance and I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And now I'm going to hell for all eternity.
That is true. Heavy presents tend to be expensiver.
I've said this before. I don't even think that we can comprehend in our brains eternity.
You can't. I don't. Eternity. But you can't comprehend a lot of stuff in your brains. Look, see what I mean? She just like stops. She just like Elon Musk's out. Just just like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Then comes the bargaining, like, God, please, no. Like, no.
God's like,
I'm not there because this is hell. So I don't hang out there.
No, I don't deserve to go there. Please don't let me go there. So while
you do though, because you were not Christian enough. I know you were Christian and everything, but you were just not enough though. It's tortured for all eternity. You deserve it.
This was happening while I'm bargaining and begging like anybody would do, because I don't want to go to hell. Nobody does. They're coming closer and closer and closer, and I knew that they were coming to take me to hell. I knew it. I just knew it. Again, I don't know how to tell you how I knew. I just knew that where I was going was prepared for me, and it was a special place for me. With my lukewarm Christian self, I knew it.
That's the terror.
They have like they have a special. This is your lukewarm hell. It's not as bad as the other hells, but it's just we made it special for you. You know how it says that God goes and creates mansions for you in heaven? Well, he basically does the same thing, but in hell. So it's specific to you. You get your own. I know. It's pretty cool. It's sweet. It's the thought that counts. They made it. Instead of just buying something, they create your own specific hell just for you and your lukewarm ass.
Terrifying part. She didn't need anybody to explain it to her. Her soul, her spirit just knew where she was going. Here on earth, we can lie to ourselves.
So wait a second. So yeah, that was part of it. That nothing came up to her or anything. And I thought, doesn't the Bible, so this shows that she's lying, because the Bible says, then the judgment, which means you have to be judged, then go to hell. And she just skips all that part? The hell?
Make excuses, justify things. But
So
there's no escaping that. There's no justifying, there's no making excuses, there's no lying to ourselves in death.
What?
There's no hiding from it.
There's no justifying. There's no justifying that. There's no possible way to justify not being quite as Christian as you should. You can't justify that. That is sick.
God. You can go to church your whole life, attend church, and not have any relationship with God at all. And when hell comes and drags you into it, they're not going to ask if you meant to follow Jesus. It's not going to matter anymore.
They're like, hold on, wait, were you trying to follow Jesus, or is this all just a big misunderstanding? Guys, we don't want to be torturing you for all eternity when you were trying to do the right thing, but just slightly did it,
And it's too late. So
the bargaining, like, God, please, no, like, no, I don't deserve to go there. Please don't let me go there. So while this was happening, while I'm bargaining and begging,
in moments like this,
Jesus,
nobody's arguing doctrine, theology, trying to manifest their way out of it. They're running to the one thing that they knew in their spirit all along, and the truth, and begging Jesus to help them out of this situation. Interesting.
good point there. Was there a point in there at some point? I didn't catch it. I didn't catch what the point was.
Coming closer and closer and closer, and I knew that they were coming to take me to hell. I knew it. I just knew it.
You were just in the lobby. you haven't actually gone to hell yet. My God. Okay.
Where I was going was prepared for me, and it was a special place for me with my lukewarm Christian self. I knew it. These things.
My lukewarm Christian self, and ever did she watch the trailer for Drag Me to Hell, but not the movie?
Things they were so intensely mocking me because I was a proclaimed Christian.
Oh, the elevator. That's right. Okay.
And I really wasn't. They were mocking me. And if I took all of the times I have ever had any type of ridicule, put them all together, anytime I've ever seen anyone get ridiculed, I put them all together. It was absolutely nothing compared to the amount of mocking and ridicule that they were doing to me. Like,
oh my God. That's so in hell, they just make fun of you. There's like, isn't that embarrassing? Make them be naked in front of the class. Like that terrible dream that we all have. Just do it. Even though nobody ever notices that you're naked. You ever notice that? You ever notice how nobody notices that you're naked? You're just like, you know that you're naked. But then you're walking around and everybody's like, dude, hey, you know what, class? You know what we're doing for that test this week? And you're like, he's not even mentioning that I'm naked at school. Why isn't he mentioning that?
I had no control. I'm about to go to hell, and the demons that are here to take me are mocking me. Again, it's not like any kind of...
They're like editing out the word demon. Is that a bad word?
Mocking that's here on earth. But then I heard something that I did not expect. Well, of course, I didn't expect any of that, but I heard something that there was one laughter that I heard above all of that, and it was...
Jokers. I know. Freaks you out. Or it could be Tucker Carlson. Either one, I don't know. They're both pretty bad.
The most intense evil. Sorry,
all right, it's Tucker Carlson. I'm sorry. I thought maybe she was talking about the Joker, but
it almost makes me sick just thinking about it. It was this
definitely Tucker.
Intense evil laughter, like I've got you now. So I have all these demons laughing and mocking me, and this voice that I hear above, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is Satan, and he's here to take me too. Like I would never have expected him to come because I'm like, well, who am I? But apparently,
you're attracting the big dog, dude. You know. That's, it's like when corporate shows up and you're like, what?
God had something for me after this. And when I heard that, like I knew I have sealed my fate.
She doesn't even need to say, like she already knows who that is. They're either going one of two places.
What was the first thing? Hold on.
Like I knew I have sealed my fate.
She doesn't even need to say, like she already knows who that is.
She doesn't even need to say, like she knows who that is. What?
They're either going one of two places. So who you follow here is who's going to show up and where you're going.
What?
When I began to beg.
I'm so confused. What? How do you leave those in as like things that you, as your response to that portion of the video? There's only two places you can go. Hold on.
They're either going one of two places.
One of two places.
So who you follow here.
Who you follow here. Oh, okay. Like, well, yeah. If you follow God or follow the devil, got it.
Is who's going to show up and where you're going.
It's who's going to show up and where you're going. Wow. You could not have worded that more poorly.
When I began to beg God in this moment, I said, God, I am begging you, please don't let them take me.
Damn, I don't remember the goat scene. There was a goat scene in Drag Me to Hell. What was that? I just remember. The main thing is weird that I remember that. The main thing I remember is that nosebleed part of the movie, and I was kind of just like, why doesn't everybody think this lady's just dead now? Like you don't, noses don't bleed that much. If they do, you're dead. It's like you're already in hell. It has to be because you don't. There was more blood than you have in like 4 bodies, let alone your little lady body.
Please, I will do whatever you want me to do. I promise I'll get it right this time. In my mind, I kept hearing,
I'll get it right this time.
I am about to hear, depart from me. I never knew you. Those are the most terrifying words I don't ever want to hear. I don't want anyone to hear.
Wait, so see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jesus has to come out and greet you, though. Like, you don't just go straight to hell, right? Like, you go to where Jesus is at, and Jesus is like, talk to the head. I don't know you.
Apart from me, I never knew you. And I knew he may have known me, but I didn't know him. And he didn't know me on the level that he wanted to, that he desired to know me.
I think this lady's a caffeine addict. Look at her. Every time she comes on, she's got like tons of caffeine.
Because I didn't take the time. I didn't know him. Our God that we serve, I didn't know him how I was supposed to. As I'm pleading like, God, please, 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 don't want to hear that.
She doesn't even sound like she believes her own story at this point. Like she sounds like she's telling us a story that somebody else told her, and she's reciting the story
from you. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be judged in that way. God, please, I will get it right this time. If you just give me one more chance, I promise. And the next thing that I know, I'm back in my body. I heard it.
That's how you get back. That's how you get back in body. That's what it sounds like.
And I knew that our gracious and merciful God took me at my word and has entrusted me.
Took me at my word? What?
Oh, I'm back in my body. I heard it, and I knew that our gracious and merciful God took me at my word.
She said, "Gook me at my word,"
and has entrusted me with another chance to get it right, and that is what I will do. So I want to make sure that the audience understands it is 100% about a relationship, knowing him, serving him, following his commandments. What is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? It's not important. There is nothing here that is as important as well as your soul.
As your soul. I know. There's nothing as important.
Because this is a pit stop.
You better.
She got the holy continue button.
Better get it right. God literally gave you another chance, so you better.
It's just like, the Christmas Carol. Remember when he thinks he's still in the future, and then gets all excited, and then he's like, well, the spirits can do it all in one night, and he's like, of course they can. And then he asked the rabbit to go get the turkey that is down the street, and the rabbit says it's like bigger, it's like 3 times his size, but somehow he still gets it back. And then they go to Bob Cratchit's house.
Better not screw it up.
You know what's funny too? You never noticed about the Muppets Christmas Carol, right? You noticed that Kermit the Frog is with Miss Piggy, right? And they're Bob Cratchit and his wife, whatever, right? And then they have kids, but none of the kids are half frog, half pig, right? There's just it's gendered, right? So if they have a boy, it's a frog because he's a frog. And then if they have a girl, it's a pig because it really simplifies the genetics, I guess, for Muppets. It's the whole different type of genetics, I guess.
So while watching this with you guys, it got me thinking, why is it that some people start going into hell and have these experiences and God takes them out and others don't, and they're there right now? And I think the answer is that God,
what the fuck did you just say?
People start going into hell and have these experiences and God takes them out and others don't. And
what? Some people have these experiences and they go to hell and then God takes them out. And then fucking what?
They're there right now. And I think the answer is that God can see into our hearts and he can tell the difference between self-preservation and somebody that actually is repenting and means it, and they really will change their life. So I think that's the difference. So
what? So you could tell the difference between self-preservation. What? Doesn't that mean that like it's something that you have to do, otherwise you're things are going to be bad? See, this is what's so fucked up. It's so fucked up about the way that they do their religion or whatever. Like, it's like, no, you got to do all the stuff that you're just doing so you don't go to hell, but you got to act like you're not just doing it so you don't go to hell. So you got to do the thing because you're afraid of going to hell, but you can't be like you're just doing it because you're afraid of going. You got to mean it. Okay. It's like when your mom used to tell you, no, say you're sorry and mean it, as if you can just decide to mean stuff. You know, that's not how anything works. And so they're constantly like trying to do this, like tricking God type thing where they're like, no, I am doing it because I'm not just afraid. I do mean it. Okay. I enjoy not sinning. Yeah, that's right. So just make sure you log that away, God. Okay. That I enjoy not doing bad things. Okay. I am not just afraid of hell. Well, shit, that was a lie. Now, and he knows that I'm lying. Oh, man. Now I just gave away the whole game. He's going to say he never knew me. I knew it. I do.
So stories like this aren't meant to scare us. They're meant to wake us up.
Because of how it scares you, right?
And if God feels very far away, it's not that he's gone anywhere. It's that many of us are living our lives without him. And it's a reflection of not only our society, but on individual levels as well. So many people are living without him and they don't believe in this stuff anymore, but it's very real and it exists and it's going on right now.
Super real. Like totes definitely does exist in reality, not like in just in a dream or something. It's like real. Like she was talking about it. I know it was a dream that time, but it is actually real too, though. Like she had a dream of a real thing. I was a lot. All that I had to say. All right, Jill. Thanks for hanging out. This was fun. My goodness, that was. Well, she's a lot, right? But she's pretty funny. I enjoy messing with her a little bit. I think we're gonna have to come back to her a little bit more frequently. And if you want to do something more frequently, like drink fluids, right? Which it is flu season. You need a lot of fluids, right? And so you can get your own Epic water filter, okay? And let's see, it's epicwaterfilter.com. Enter code Ember15. Get your moist ass some wet. Get your moist ass wet. There you go. Just like that. And get yourself some water, okay? Filtered, so you can have more water. But you know what I mean. But yeah, use code Ember15. It's good stuff. You know, I trust that she only has the best products on her site there. But all right, Joe. And if you enjoy this type of thing, bash that like button. Okay, I'd really appreciate it. And what else was I gonna do? Oh, we gotta thank the members real quick here. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, thank you, members.
Just want to thank my channel members. I got constant bill collectors and writing out return to sender. Only works so many times. Thanks 1,000 times.
All right, cool. And if you want to support the show, you can support us by doing all of this stuff. There's a list of it there that you can take part in if you feel like you'd like to. It's all good stuff. Becoming a member. I do have a couple of videos that are coming out next week, but and then I got a members video that's coming out soon too. So a lot of good stuff coming your way. All right, Jill. But hey, the main thing is to stay logical, stay loving, stay skeptical, and compassionate, and we will see you next time.
Screwing off and playing round, making
All right, y'all. Show somebody some love. I hear you're supposed to do that. You got to tell people what to do. That's like a good thing, that people should do at the very end. I'm just telling Kevin. Some people say like drive like you know each other and stuff like that, or